Hello everyone. So welcome to the second part of this tutorial, and this is the requirement I get from my client. So he's saying, okay, let's start with the whiskey shirt. I would like for it to say must be the whiskey. So this is going to be the main text of my design, and I'm going to design this. Also, he's asking for an add some cool whiskey bottle that has alpha whiskey as the label. So this is the part he want me to use a whiskey bottle that has this alpha whiskey as the label. So that's the reason I created this one, so that I can put this label on this area. So this is the main text, this is the example, or this is the graphic I will use. So for using a whiskey like design, I am going to use some decorative elements which you can search on free pick, and then you will find this kind of elements. This one is free to download. Anyone can download it from here. Now the reason I am using this is we can create this kind of designs, but that will take a tons of time. So in that case we use pre-made graphics, so that to save our times, and this is just the small part of my graphic, my design, so we can use that. And this is my main design will be with these elements, so I'm going to use that. So for using a elements or bundle like this, I am not going to make this the main part of my design. I will just take some small parts from it. So I am going to use that one, maybe this one, or maybe something like, not sure. Let's use this one. So copy them. So these are the three small elements that I will be using from that bundle here. Now the reason I am going to use this is I will make this part the center position, and this is going to be the side and the top and bottom, just like this. I'll use this one here, align them in the center. So this one I'll be using here, and then another one here. So maybe like this, or we can make it bigger, just like this. That is fine. We can select these three and then align the space between them so that we can find the center position. But for this design here, I will keep the center position a bit smaller because I will be using this graphic here. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. Another one here. Then I will bring these two on the other side of the design, just like this. I can simply align them, make them a group, select these two, align them, and then make them a group, so that I can select these two, align them with one another. That is fine. So this is going to be the design I will be using. Now I want to use this as the level of this design here. So let's break it down. So I'm going to use some vintage looking font here, which can be Ball Beer Rustic. This font I really love. So Alpha Whiskey, I'm just going to place it like this in the center here, and then I will use this kind of elements to make it look like this is a level. I can do a little bit more designing here, but this is going to be the really smallest part of my design, so I don't want to make it too busy that it will not be visible after printing. So that's the reason I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. So that is the text here. Let's group it, and let's try to place a effect on it, maybe this one, and then I'm going to make it bigger like this. So that is fine. I'm okay with that. Let's expand it. For this one here, okay, let's bring in some other elements, maybe this one, just to fill this gap here. So align them all in the center position, distribute the space. Okay, that is not necessary. Just like this, make them a group, cut it. Now I want to select this shape here and place it here so that I can select these two and align them in the center. So that is fine. Now this is how my design is looking right now, and I want 3 of them, not like that, a little bit tilting. And then here I want to make it in the other direction, just like this. So as you can see, this is how it is looking. This one is not looking very good because the text is reflected here. So how to fix that? I'm going to select this one, cut it, then I'm going to reflect this one. Now place it here and then reflect it. And not like that, something like this. That is fine, but I will keep the center one on top. So this two is going to be just like this, and this two is going to be a little bit smaller too, to make that look. This one is on top and in the front, something like this. So that is good. Let's make it a group. This is how I have my main graphic designed here. I'm going to make it go down in this area, and then I will make it a little bit smaller so that I can place my text in the design, or just maybe a bit bigger. I can adjust this too. So from here I want to make the text visible. So I will bring this to the front and I will select this group. Here I am going to open the transparency, and then I am going to press M for my rectangle tool, or you can just click here. Now with rectangle tool I am going to draw a rectangle here which is in black color, and in black color inside the transparency anything in black will hide the things that we are inside. So it is going to look like this. That is fine. I'm going to bring this a bit up like this, maybe this one a bit down. So that is good. Let's say must be the whiskey. So I'm going to select this one, cut it, place it here, recent font and bold bear rustic. I'm going to place this whiskey text here. Just okay, so maybe I can simply select this group here. These are not the important part of my design, so I can simply select them, make them a little bit smaller, and that will give me a bit room for my text. Maybe I will apply that same bulge effect, but in a bit different size. Okay, so this part is looking like this, and for this one here I'm just going to create a rectangle, create a ellipse here, just like this. Make it in a stroke so that it fits inside the shape of it. That is fine. I'm going to cut it, selecting this shape here. Go to type on a path tool and then click on here and press Ctrl V. So pasting it here will be something like this. I'm going to change the text option here by pressing Alt Ctrl T. That will bring me this type on a path options, or we can simply go to type on a path, type on a path options. From here change it to center and click OK. So this is how it is going to look. If I click on this icon here, this is how it is going to look. So my design part, the main part of my this design is the text. So these ornaments are not really the main part. So I'm going to just make them smaller to give my text a little bit more focus. I can simply move it here. I'm going to ungroup them so that I can fit them manually wherever I like. Something like this. Reflect it. Align them, make a group, and then align it with the center graphic here. So that is fine. Now I don't want to go outside of my design area, so for that I am going to place a ruler here, just like this, and then another one here. So whatever I will do, I will not go outside of that area. So this is how it is looking, and for this one I am going to make it a bit smaller, just like this. And this is how it is looking right now. That is not bad, but we can add some more elements to our design. Let's try if you can find something good. So maybe something like a corner shape will work for us. Okay, so let's try something like this one. Or maybe this one, I'm not sure. So this is how it is going to look, and from this one I will just take one part of it, cut it. We have some gaps here, so I want to fill this area, just like this. As I mentioned, I am not going to go outside of the ruler area that I placed. Make a group and then align in the center. So this one also needs to be in the center like this. Okay, so it is going to look like this. We can add some more elements if you wish, like some other decorative elements. Let me find. Okay, so I was looking for something like this with this kind of corner elements. You can find the same on FreePic for free. And I have some shared on my Facebook group, so you can check there too. Now with a corner element like this, I'm going to replace this one from here. I'm going to place it in this area. Okay, in that case, I will make my text a little bit smaller so that I can fit this perfectly. And I don't want my design to be unnecessarily long, so that's why I can modify the text a little bit, make them a group, and then align them in the center like this. That is fine. And for the gap between, we will put something like this. Make sure that nothing is going outside the ruler. I'm going to expand this so that I can move it freely. So this one I didn't like. Okay, make sure they are all aligned perfectly. That is good. I'm going to make it a group, and I will use the same one here. So maybe a bit close to the text, just like this. So as you can see, now my design is not that much long. It is going to look kind of like this, and that is fine. So for this too, maybe I can simply use this one in a rotation. So let's try to combine it with the graphic here, and that is fine. Let's align these two, make them a group, and then I'm going to align it with the center graphic here. And for the area that is going inside, we can just, okay, so they are not going inside, so let's keep it. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it is going to look. Now I'm going to add a rectangle for the background, make it lock, and then select everything except this center group here, then make it white. So everything is going to look white, and this is how our design is going to be. So I hope this was helpful, and if you didn't understand any part of the design, you can let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer your questions, and if you have experience of creating designs like this, you can post in our Facebook group, and we can comment on your design if there is anything needs to be changed or something like that. So this is going to be a little bit messy in this point, but I love to add more elements in this kind of vintage designs. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to add, which is going to be a distress effect. So I'm going to, for adding a distress effect, I'm going to select everything. As you can see, it is selecting my rulers too. So I need to right click and click on this lock guide, that is going to lock my guides. I'm going to select now, and it is going to select only the graphics, not the rulers, and make it a group. I will add some grunge effect here. So this is also another grunge texture from FreePic. You can download that one also for free. So I'm going to select this one. This is that main design part. I'm going to open transparency and press Ctrl V here, and then place the design something like this. And this is how it is going to look. It is going to look kind of used or rusty. And make sure that anything you place inside the transparency, that is 100% black, and that's how it is going to look. Now for a design like this, we can simply change it to any color you want. I can simply select the whites with my magic wand tool, then I can simply choose any color for it. Let's try something like a yellowish color, maybe something like a whiskey color. Okay, so maybe that will work. So as you can see, this is how you can easily change the color. So that's all for today's video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Have a great time.